We're in the midst of an obesity epidemic in this country. Relayers, this is our next opportunity to create a world with less cancer and more birthdays. We can leverage the passion of our events to increase awareness about the role that physical fitness and nutrition has in cancer risk, recurrence, and survival, and we can promote healthier lifestyles and changes that'll make that happen. But first of all, let's look at where we are now. Maybe some of it last night. Over 153 million of us don't get the recommended minimum amount of physical activity per week. That's 150 minutes. And over 196 million of us are overweight or obese. I'm going to go through the next slides pretty quickly, but this will give you an idea of how obesity has shifted through the last 20 years or so in this country. Notice we don't have a lot of data for this first slide. Seeing some darker blues. They had to add another category for the states where 15% or more of the adults were overweight or obese. There's Texas. New category, 20% of adults or more obese or overweight. New category, 25% or more adults overweight or obese. It's not looking so blue anymore. New category, 30% of adults overweight or obese. That's Colorado, by the way, that's still blue. And Hawaii, excuse me. Hawaii was there too. No more blue. This is the last year for which we have these data, but it makes you wonder how long it will be before we have to add another new category and what it's going to be. 35%, 40%, 50% of adults overweight or obese in the state. Here's why this is a problem. Our own cancer prevention studies have shown us that overweight and obesity account for 14% of all cancer deaths in women and 20%, in men, and 20% of all cancer deaths in women. And that contributes to 90,000 cancer deaths per year. It's not just adults who have this problem. About 17% of our children, or 12.5 million, are overweight or obese. Children who are overweight and obese tend to grow into adults who are overweight and obese. This could be the first generation that doesn't live as long as their parents. And as they age, we can expect, if we don't change this trend, for cancer, death, and mortality rates to increase. These are the two major causes of cancer deaths: tobacco, adult diet, and obesity. The American Cancer Society publishes nutrition and physical activity guidelines, and this year, for the first time, they've published special guidelines for survivors, because there are a variety of cancers, such as breast and colon cancer, that are heavily affected by lifestyles, such as your diet and your exercise. So we know that impacts your risk of recurrence and your survival rates. So why does this happen? Why did we see those colors change on the map like that? Is it something physiological that's going on? Is it genetic? Nope, it's our environment. You can get fast food just about anywhere. See them? And our portion sizes are out of control. I realize that there's lettuce and tomato on that, but it's a 9-pound cheeseburger that they sell in Philadelphia. If you supersize your meal, you probably don't need a free pie afterward. And do you have any idea how far you'd have to walk to burn off that meal? About 15 miles. The average American adult needs around 2,000 calories per day, so this meal will give you 3/4 of that in one meal. Now, lots of times we don't know what the calorie content is of our food. Any guesses as to how much that baby has in it? It's very close, 2,700. 2,700 calories. The ACS-CAN has been promoting legislation to require restaurants to provide that information to consumers so that they can make better choices. So, if you want to make a better choice, if you want to get the small popcorn, what are you in for? In the small. If you want the large, because you really like your popcorn, I realize there are some Starbucks addicts out here, but you need to know this, people. We might easily grab a Coke, sit down with a Coke, but how many of us actually sit down and eat 15.5 teaspoons of sugar at a time? We might rethink it if we knew this. So let's have a sports drink. That's healthier, right? Actually, sports drinks were designed for people who exercise an hour or more at a time. That's not us. Not most of us. There's a lot of mixed messages out there. This was in... Something wrong with that picture? This was in Austin, Texas. But this promotion didn't last long because the people of Austin had a lot of complaints about it, so they removed it. Our kids are getting healthier lunches in schools, but there's still a lot of junk food available. And if you're going to work out, why don't you just take the stairs? They might be walking up the escalator, so that's something, but if you're going to walk your dog, why don't you try to walk your dog? But look at how our neighborhoods are designed. They're not designed to encourage biking and walking. We have to care about how our neighborhoods are designed because it directly impacts our cancer risk. So, to fight this environmental assault that we're under, we have to have a collaborative, comprehensive approach. We have to promote policies and systems changes that will advocate for healthier workplaces and schools. We have to implement evidence-based, effective interventions. We have to market and communicate so that we can increase awareness about the impact that physical activity and nutrition has on cancer rates. And we have to keep doing the research to find more effective ways to help people change their lifestyles. This is where Relay comes in. We can leverage the passion of our Relay communities to increase awareness and advocate for changes. You don't have to be the food police. It's okay to have an unhealthy snack, food, or drink once in a while. What we're encouraging you to do is make healthier options available for the people who want to do that. You can still have hot dogs at your events, but encourage grilling some vegetables to put on them. You can still have cheese, but have it with whole wheat crackers and some fresh vegetables. You can still have that casserole, but have a small portion of casserole and a big salad. And maybe use reduced fat cheese and skim milk in there. We can use all of our events, not just our relays, but our team captain meetings, our planning committee meetings, our kickoffs, to promote awareness that eating well and being active can have a huge impact on cancer risk. We can advocate for healthier workplaces, healthier schools, healthier neighborhoods, for healthier homes. Here's how we're going to make a difference. We can provide healthier food and drink choices. We can have games that provide nutrition information. We can have lots of dancing at our events. I know you guys like to do that. We can have leveraging activities where we have petitions that we sign for healthier school meals, for example. Special laps to encourage fruit eating. If you've got a piece of fruit, take a lap. The leading causes of death are heart disease and cancer. But what are the leading causes of heart disease and cancer? It's tobacco usage, poor diet, lack of exercise. You guys, we can change this. If we can implement ways to make people choose to not smoke, make it harder for people to smoke, and make it easier for people to eat better and to be more active, we can impact these causes of death. We can make a difference. It's totally under our control, and that's the good news. We can control this. We can make a change. We can make a difference. So, let's continue to create a world with less cancer and more birthdays. If you want to find out more, join our group at myfitnesspal.com. The High Plains Relay for Life has put this together. They're the ones who organized the morning fitness, and I know a lot of people took part in that. Join the group, see what you think. Look at the handout in your binders that you got for more ways, and let's do this. Thank you.